Thanks for taking the time to join me on my channel, Nigel's View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? Hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. I just need to go over the basics of what a lens flare is because it goes along with this video and it is extremely important. If you've been a long time subscriber to my channel, well, thank you very much. You know exactly what I'm just about to say. This is basically for all the new people that have just joined us and also watching this video for the first time, so we can understand what is going on. And it helps you understand when you're watching other people's videos as well as mine. What is a lens flare? A lens flare is a representation of that light source there, moon, and here's the lens flare. We can have a number of lens flares in a row. That is lens dependent. So different lenses will produce different types of lens flares. But if we actually zoom into this lens flare, we can see what that object would be. And it would be projected backwards onto the lens of the camera, and it would be mirrored. We can't have a number of lens flares in or around the sky. That's just impossible. If we had one there, there must be something up here to produce that effect. It's just an impossibility. Lens flares only go in one direction. No, not the group. In one direction. Light source does a left, lens flares will do a right. Light source does a right, lens flares will do a left. Light source up, lens flares down. Light source down, lens flares up. If the light source is moving around, the lens flares will go in the opposite direction. Now, if we got an object that happens to be in the sky and it's fixed when the camera is being moved about, we can presume that there's something in the sky, or we can presume that there is a piece of glass in the way and somebody is filming from behind a piece of glass. And that's why you've got an object in the sky, because something behind them is being reflected and we're seeing that object. But what we actually got to remember, not everything is a reflection. There are things in the sky that really shouldn't be there. So if we zoomed into this lens flare, what would we expect to see? Like I said, a true representation of the light source being projected backwards onto the lens of the camera, and we can see the lens flares there. Before we go any further, I need to show you another video that collaborates with this video and goes hand in hand. All will be revealed. The video we're just about to look at is from Samantha J's channel. Thank you very much for letting me use your footage. I'll leave the links to that in the description box down below. Nice and simple for everybody to find. Please go over and share the love. Go and hit that like button for this video that we're just about to watch. She's just realised that there is something very wrong in our skies, like so many other people posting videos and pictures of strangers in the skies that really shouldn't exist. Enough of that. Enough of your ramblings, Nige. Get on with the video. Now we've got a general understanding and the basic principles of what should occur when we're looking for a lens flare, how it should act when you take a video. Let me explain what's going on here. I'm going to state the obvious because it's written at the bottom. Original footage, and these are all the original footage, but left hand side is a filter and right hand side is a filter. Black and white, Lord Kelvin. It's just there to enhance what we might not actually see on the original footage. We can see our moon there and we can see the lens flare down there, and this just acts exactly as I said. Light source moves one direction, the lens flare moves in the opposite direction. But we can see just here that we've got an object next to our moon. It doesn't move. The camera moves about, lens flare moves about, this object doesn't. So there's only one conclusion to why that object's there in the sky, is because we're looking at a camera abnormality, a faulty camera. That must be the answer. So there's two reasons why that object is there. It's there in the first place, or it's a reflection. Like I said, I don't believe it to be a reflection. And how far away is it? Because it doesn't seem to produce a lens flare like the moon does, but the moon is extremely bright, as you can well see. So, are we actually looking at technology, or are we looking at a planet? The trouble is, the video footage isn't conclusive because the camera's moving about and we can't actually see if that object in the sky is moving in one direction or the other. One thing we do know, that it is there in the sky. And it also happens to go along with the next bit of footage we're just about to look at. Before we actually go any further, I would like to make a shameless plug. Today I caught something extremely interesting beside our sun, and I'm going to be making a video about that, and you don't want to miss the next video that I'm working on. So if you want to know more and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I'm sure that YouTube will never send you a notification like they do to the rest of my subscribers. Thanks, YouTube. And I need to point out, if you look round the outside of that moon, how red it is. Yeah, that's just normal. Of course, that's a camera effect. Back to the hexagonal moon. I found out the reason for this effect. The scientists say what we're looking at and causing this effect is organic ice crystals refracting the light. That was easy for me to say, and that's the effect that we get. It makes the round moon look like a hexagon. Of course it does. Let's play this video. So there you can see we've got a box down here, and in this box we're using a filter called black and white, just to give you a little bit more definition. And you can see the reflection of the moon. We have two of them, and because the camera is a security camera, it's using infrared technology, and hence why the picture is black and white. But because of how bright the moon is, all of a sudden the camera changes to colour, and we get to see a lot more definition. And just here we've got a green object beside our moon. Now we've got a lens flare here, and we've got a lens flare here. There's one problem with this lens flare: they're not in a straight line, although there is two of them and they are a different colour. Why would that be? And it's red round the outside. That looks more like our moon, or does that look more like our moon? That is definitely that and that, but that really shouldn't be there. Or is it something that's related to what we just looked at in the last video? Are we looking at technology in our sky, or are we looking at a planet? It's something that really shouldn't be on camera unless it actually exists in the first place. It's not moving, it's not a lens flare. We know that much because it's there next to the moon, but everything else is acting like a lens flare. I need to point something out because something quite interesting happened in the beginning of this clip. For all those people that missed it, not to worry, because we'll be having a look at that moment again. Down here we got this box, like I said, and I find this extremely important, quite interesting to say the least. We're looking at a filter called black and white. It does nothing more than change it from colour to black and white, but shows us a lot more definition. And we're looking at the lens flares of our moon that really don't act as a lens flare really should do. But that isn't the point I'm making here. If we actually look at this lens flare, and this is important because it's just a lens flare of our moon, you can see it's just black there. But as the camera moves around, pans around, you will see that things start to change, which I find quite interesting, as you can see there. How is that at all possible? We're just looking at lens flares. That really shouldn't happen. If we look at, oh look, Nige, get it sorted, son, get it sorted. Technology, isn't that a wonderful thing? And I'm sure that, yeah, we'll get it all focused up in a minute. And there you go. Or thereabouts anyway. Perfect. Almost perfect. We can see that there's redness around the outside of that moon. And yeah, it moves as the camera moves. In fact, if you look there, you can see there's two lens flares. Another lens flare there, and the red, you can consider that as a lens flare. But that is our moon, it's red. Now, Rise Up with Risey done a fantastic video showing how the moon changed from red to white at a flick of a switch, and I'll leave the links to that in the description box down below. Nice and simple for everybody to find. So if our moon was red, many questions would be asked. There's technology, like I said, in front of the moon, hiding things in plain sight. I'm going to show you a clip that I showed quite some time back. This is from J-Ling iHio Skywatcher. I'll leave the links to her channel in the description box down below, nice and simple for everybody to find. If you enjoy astronomy, please pop over, say hello from me and show the love. Please subscribe. Waves ripple across the moon, and somebody else actually caught this, Crow 777. So this is been verified. And you can see as the camera moves around, the lens flares should act in a certain way, and they certainly don't. Very, very red. And yeah, there really does look like we can see the lens system, if you look very carefully there, around the outside. We still got this object that doesn't seem to move. That's good English, Nige. You speak proper English like I does. And yet again, the camera goes out of focus. But why have we got two coloured moons? And just here you can see, right now, I said at the beginning that something happens that you might have missed. When this object, this lens flare goes through this object here, it goes in front, but when the brown lens flare goes, it goes behind. I don't know if you can notice that. There you go. So, is that technology up there in front of our moon? Yeah, it certainly is. Is that part of the technology that's up there in front of our moon? I do believe it is. All I can say is what we're looking at is something extremely, extremely, well, it's not strange. It's there. We know it's there. Of course, it's another faulty camera. It's because you put a P on the front of the lens, Nige. You put a P up there and you're trying to fool everybody. Vegetables are just not going to cut it, Nige. You make your own minds up. This object is red round the outside. This object is red round the outside. And if you look at this here, with the black and white filter, that is going behind, and that seems to be going in front. Now, a lens flare shouldn't do that, because it's just a lens flare. That just proves there is technology there in our skies. You can argue all you like. I've shown proof after proof after proof. Jeff P has shown proof. Many of you out there know exactly what I'm saying to be right. But what do I know? I'm just a conspiracy theorist. I'm a nutter. And, yeah, it's just a camera abnormality, Nige. Grow up. Much love, much peace. And make sure that you are subscribed for the next video. That you might find quite interesting. Much love, much peace. And I'll catch you next time. There's strange things going on all over the world. Take care.